Guten Abend, willkommen
Alright, no,
to the IGN UK Gamescom podcast.
It's Guten Morgen.
No, Guten Abend is good evening, Dick.
Right.
I know what I'm talking about.
All right.
Whoa.
Calm down.
It's an aggressive start to a podcast.
It is an aggressive start of the podcast.
That's what Gav brings as a presenter.
aggression.
Aggression, yeah. And I cool it down. He's fire, water,
What am I?
winds. I don't know.
Collateral damage.
Well,
Earth.
What am I? Wind.
I felt really bad earlier. Me and Joe were on the IGN Gamescom live stream. Hope you guys have been watching it. Maybe this is where they film it. If you're watching, if you're listening, look at the video.
Close your eyes. Imagine.
This is much nicer than home. I was like
Yeah.
a budget version of this.
Yeah.
Like this table doesn't wobble.
But yeah, I felt really aggressive to the Overwatch guy because
You punched him.
yeah, shouldn't have done that.
Nerf this. Pin him down.
Because he just before the live stream, he goes, "Oh, what's the name of that new map? I can, whatever."
the German map.
The German map.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, can't really talk about it on the live stream, but like." Apparently we've been saying it wrong all this time. And I was like, okay, first thing I said. So apparently you've been saying it wrong all this time, you told me just before this. He was just like, what the fuck? I was like, what did you say that to
Calling
him
him
for?
out like that.
Stitch up.
Unbelievable. Oh, the poor guy.
Yeah. But then to be fair, he got me later on because there was a bit where me and Joe forgot to say anything and it was just like, it felt like 2 years. It was a tiny.
I think I know which bit you were on about. Because
so
did you not know
horrible.
there's 5 more minutes?
No, I knew there was
Oh,
5
you
more
knew.
minutes,
And
but
you were like, right, done.
because I was looking at him and Joe thought I was going to say something. This is like, it was been.
Well, I can't
It
wait.
was probably like 2 seconds. You
Can't wait
realize
to get
that.
home and we can replay that in the morning meeting.
Yeah,
About
don't.
5
It
seconds.
was horrible.
I love that you leave a gap so big that you're like, anyway, when can we expect? It's already out. It's already been out. That gap, the map's released.
The map's good though.
It is
I
really
actually
good,
watched
yeah.
a map reveal trailer for the first time in my life and got excited.
Yeah, that's really
It's
good.
really epic music
Yeah.
cut to just like a panning shot of an old like
Yeah.
nice
We
boardroom.
were
It's like,
watching it together and you were like, a payload's a battering ram. I'm betting you. I'm betting it. I'm betting it. And then when it
And it
was,
is.
it was like vindicated.
I was like,
Yeah.
boom, nailed it. Powers with the prediction.
I mean, it is actually, it looks like a battering ram. So like,
know,
it's not like you were
but
looking
it was
at the
no, it's still a
sequence or
good
anything.
call. You'd never seen a payload do that before, and I was like,
You see the trailer.
visual
Never seen a
assessment.
payload
I was
just
like, okay, look,
this.
there's the payload. Why does it have nothing in it? Because usually it has like the gauntlet,
Yeah.
or it's like shaped in the way that's like a carrying package.
Yeah.
And all I had was that little front bit, and I was like, boom, castle, front bit,
Yeah.
walls,
Hold it.
broken.
Yeah, I love that we've come all the way to Germany and we still started our podcast by talking about Overwatch.
Yeah.
The
Can't shake
Overwatch
it. Too
haters
good.
are gonna like that.
Follows us around.
But yeah, so what cool stuff did you see? And I'll kick things off, even though I asked that question. You're like, getting to do much stuff on the live stream? No, they're not asking me. It's weird.
Get any scoops? No, but I've learnt more about myself.
Yeah. So the very first thing that I went to see, I wasn't even meant to go see it. I just didn't have anything to do. So I went with Joe.
All those weeks of planning.
I know. It's like I got nothing to do, so I went anyway.
The best thing was, like, we turned up and I went to see Little Nightmares, the Bandai Namco game. And we turned up and I was just like, oh, I'm not down for this. Can I come play it anyway? And they were like, yeah, well, we might want to be able to get one of you. And I was like, we need to. We need to. And they were like, okay, yeah. And to be fair, as it turned out, we did need to, as it turned out. Someone's phone's going off. What the fuck?
Who is that?
Who was that?
It was
Shut them down. Shut
Destin
them down.
Lagari.
Destin.
Get him out.
Unbelievable.
He'll never work on this website ever again.
You try and be professional, and then this.
Yeah.
Professionalism is,
And that.
and that is what I want.
But yeah, Joe had to run off, so it was good that I just turned up to appointments that aren't mine.
What is it?
Right. So, the studio making it.
About our
I
admin.
had a sandwich beforehand and a cup of coffee, and then we went there. And,
I had like 3 hours sleep. I'm not. In
I
a
had like
good way.
5, so I'm still. We're all. It's not a who's had less sleep competition.
All right.
Because the winner is a loser.
Too aggressive.
Okay,
It's
okay,
too aggressive.
yeah, what's
So,
the game?
Fine.
Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
It's a team. The people making it, they used to work on like bits of Little Big Planet. They made the Vita version of Little Big Planet, and they worked on Tearaway Unfolded. So they're kind of like really good at doing like really good like platform bits. And
Okay.
what they've done is they've kind of made like a 2D platformer. Kind of 2D, so 2.5D or whatever.
Yeah.
Platformer, but it's super creepy. So you've got like, it looks really cute, but it's like a really weird like horror survival
The
game.
main character is like, is it little girl?
Yeah, little girl
She's
called
got like
Six,
a
yeah.
yellow
Well, that's
like
like-
mac
Yeah.
on. It reminds me of like the end of Don't Look Now.
Yeah.
She's got this.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
I know it's not red, but you know what I mean.
it's basically like the way that it looks as well. It kind of looks like Unravel, like they've gone for like that kind of like tilt shift.
Yeah,
kind of
That's
Or
what I
like
was gonna
depth
say
and
because
yeah.
I saw you like editing some gameplay footage on your screen. I was like, "Is this new Unraveled stuff?"
Mm.
And I looked over and I was like, Why is Yarny going through a room filled with shoes?
Like,
Just
breakdown.
pushing through a
Breakdown.
dark room filled with
Breakdown. What was the first game about? It was about environmentalism. What's the second one? Breakdown.
Yeah. But it's brilliant.
Madness.
Oh, I only played about the demo's in like 10 minutes long, something like that. It's not until next year.
The shoes is a weird bit. Isn't
Man.
It? And what's before that? Making those really depressing sausages.
Yeah,
What? Depressing
Well,
sausages?
they're all like shriveled and just hanging up in the foreground.
It's a really weird puzzle.
Is that
I'll
still a
show it
sausage?
to you. It's on, we've got like 10 minutes of gameplay of me playing it on the site. You should check it out because it's just like. It's really strange because it's all based on kids' nightmares, so there's no rhyme or reason to
it's
the
like dream
levels.
logic.
Yeah, exactly. So
How
like,
do you get that? Do you get a bunch of kids in and ask them what you're afraid
scared
of?
You?
What scared you?
what scares you? This?
Yeah. Is it shoes? No. Well, it is now.
We've already made the shoe level. Kids like, I'm not scared of shoes. Big scary clown. No, we've got the shoe level. It's going in.
Right. Well, we've done the models for the shoes, so I feel like we're going to run with the shoes.
That was Gary all January.
Yeah. But like, so that there's one level.
Poor Gary.
There's like one level. It's like this, you're like escaping this. You got this like little stealth bit where you have to escape this weird chef. And then
No, I saw that. He has like two faces, right? He's like face on the back of his face.
No.
And you're like, are you serious?
No.
I saw someone on the show. I saw
Nightmare-
someone on the show
That's
floor.
Nightmare Before Christmas. That's the
It's the mayor. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of. They had shoes at night, you see, and I was thinking,
Yeah.
no, on the show floor by the booth, they had like I guess someone who was like working the booth who was cosplaying as that chef,
Right.
and there was
Oh,
a face
shit.
on the other side. Maybe you didn't see it in the demo because he was facing
Yeah.
like one way.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure there was another face in the back
Okay,
of his
maybe
face.
then. But yeah, it's really strange because you go from like the sort of kitchen level.
Yeah.
You go to this kind of like abattoir bit, and you do this like puzzle to do with sausages. Then you just like get chucked into this room of shoes, and like you're walking through these like weird shoes. It kind of remind me of like like the Holocaust Museum when they've got like that room full of shoes. Maybe it's based on that. Probably is. I don't know. But yeah, it was.
Sounds cool.
I'm thinking, how long do we have to be serious for now that you've used the word Holocaust?
Yeah.
I think about a minute.
But like,
Yeah.
But what was I going to
So
say?
stop talking about depressing
forgot.
sausages.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Sausages.
I think the fact that it's like based around dreams and nightmares,
Yeah.
that's really cool because that breaks down a certain level of limitations that you usually have in a game,
Really
and you
creative.
can get
What's
really
the
interesting.
I love
with
the
that.
dream logic where you go from the sausage factory
Yeah.
into the shoe pit, and it's just like next door to each other.
Yeah,
because
exactly,
it's a dream.
yeah.
It didn't have to have a bridging sequence.
No, that's the thing. Like, I was thinking maybe
That's a weird
that's
sentence,
That's a
wasn't
really
it?
weird sentence. Who's to say those companies can't exist peacefully side by side?
side by side. But yeah,
Oh, the old sausage and shoe factory. The greasy tongue, they call it.
it was weird.
Like shoe,
because-
like a tongue of a shoe.
Shut up.
All right.
Don't explain your jokes.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't
We
laugh.
get it. It's just not funny. But yeah, I really like the look of it. It's the first thing I saw, unfortunately, of the week, and it's probably going to turn out to be the best. So,
Ooh.
You think so?
what a shitter. But a good shitter. So,
What a good shitter.
Oh.
put that on the poster.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Hey,
A
the
great
box
shit.
coat.
Do you want to use,
Bandai
this? Do
Namco.
you want to use this?
Yeah.
Point of sale.
All right, that's enough about shitter shoes. What did you see?
So I played the new Resident Evil.
You did not.
bit. Yeah.
Awesome.
So you both played the beginning hour demo
Yeah.
that was released at E3.
We played it together.
Yeah.
Really sleep deprived. And I scared Gav accidentally by scaring myself.
So
Yeah.
when that demo came out, they said that's not actually in the main game.
All right.
It's a taster. It's like sets the tone, and the guy who punches you
Yeah.
at the end is like one of the main antagonists. So it is connected.
In the full game.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
right,
called
okay,
Jack
yeah.
Baker.
Yeah.
And he's part of the Baker family, and they're the ones who live in this mansion.
Okay.
And this thing at Gamescom is called the Lantern Demo, where you meet the other antagonist, his wife, I think, called
Yeah.
Marguerite Baker.
Right.
And she's like chasing you with this lamp, and you've got to like avoid her.
Oh, that's the Lantern trailer thing they released.
Yeah, so that
Right,
trailer is essentially the demo.
Okay.
Just like compacted loads.
Right.
And it's a found footage tape in the game, but again, it's still not the main character in the game.
Serious?
So yeah, so I had an interview with them today where like they gave me a few
You
more
like, mate,
details.
you going to show something in the fucking game
That's
or what?
the thing. That's
Yeah,
the
come
whole
on,
thing.
pull your
because-
thumb out.
Well, it's out. It's
Where
out,
is he?
Lazy.
It's out at the end of January.
Okay.
And it's like this thing where they want to keep it a mystery, so it's like it has impact when it comes out. But it's like at some point you need to show people
Yeah.
what the actual game
Game,
is.
man.
But I kind of like got a bit more of a grasp of how you play it. So I think you're going around the mansion in like modern, like present day.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
find these tapes, and by seeing the last moments of someone else's life,
Yeah.
you see a puzzle or a bit of the mansion that you're going to do later on.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's, but you're kind of learning what's maybe ahead, and
Premonitions.
like you learn maybe what not to do.
That's awesome.
Also, what's cool about it is those tapes are like maybe from like the 90s.
Yeah.
So when you get to that part of the mansion, it might look the same, but it might have aged or changed slightly. So you get like deja vu.
Renovated.
Yeah.
Different wallpaper and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like Amnesia, the horror game, which is
Well,
essentially
that's
going
the
through a
thing-
mansion
well,
and
that's the
hiding
thing.
from
Well,
like
yeah.
monsters that are on tracks.
Well, they've made a transition to like reinvigorate the series, but they're going to a genre that is quite busy in recent times, like that, Outlast,
Yeah.
Condemned.
Dude, I played
First
Get
pe-
Even,
Yeah.
this new Bandai Namco
first-person
thing,
horror
exactly
games,
like that.
and like all those games are made by much smaller studios with less
Yeah.
money, and they're still bloody effective.
Yeah.
Like Outlast is great. So if Resident Evil doing it,
What do you think should be the best one?
probably the best one.
Well, I don't know. I like
It's just like they need to then weave in like what makes it a Resident Evil game.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like so they're taking. I think inventory management is going to be a thing 'cause that's in the series, but that's not a sexy thing to talk
No,
about. But
yeah.
it's the same thing. You're going to like find.
but it's a huge. That's a
element-
huge part of Resident Evil.
That
yeah.
is
Yeah.
a big. If you're getting rid of so much of the other stuff, you need at least like a structure to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking
I think
with
it's also exploring the mansion's a big
like
part of it.
me and Sad Dan are both like big fans of it, and we watched the trailer together, and it wasn't really mixed feelings because this as a game, it looks really cool. It looks really
Yeah.
interesting. I can't wait to play it. But there was a part of me that when I want to play a Resident Evil game, I want those silly lines of dialogue and the weird
Yeah.
villains, you know, and these stupid lines where someone kicks down a door and just these crazy characters.
Yeah.
Like that's what I kind of love about that series.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit strange.
Yeah, because I don't even know what the threat is, because it's like this family who live in the woods, and
Yeah.
they're trying to like they say welcome to the family, and as you're getting chased by Mario
marry you.
Baker, well I don't. Well, I
That's
asked him like, is she a ghost? Is she
Yeah.
like dead? And he's like, it's just a woman. But supernatural stuff does happen, like.
Isn't it?
Well, like, yeah.
Are there
like,
any
well,
zombies?
In the beginning hour, you saw those ghosts and stuff.
Oh, we
How-
missed
you,
that.
you see them.
Are
But, like,
there
there's-
any
Did we see
zombies?
ghosts? Oh, no, yeah, we
yeah,
did, yeah.
stuff
yeah.
flickers and like
Yeah.
mannequins move. So there is something creepy going on, but it's not talking about what it is.
Right, okay, yeah.
It's not a virus. I don't know.
I'm excited, though.
Yeah, it's good.
I organised
Yeah.
to go see it, but I realised I organised it for the time I'm meant to be in the airport. Probably won't be seeing that.
It's just like if this is 7, will
This
we?
is why he doesn't do his own agenda.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Did no get an agenda.
He did.
What is supposed to
Check
be?
it.
What's supposed to be this one? Turned up anyway. Oh,
Turned
that
up.
one that I'm supposed
I
to go
have
to.
to play
yeah,
it.
done. Yeah.
Unbelievable. First one, demanding to place. It's like,
I know I didn't demand to play, but I was just like,
I'm Gavin Murphy from IGN. I demand to see the shoes. Where's the shoe room?
I've heard you got a sad sausage game.
Sausage simulator. Yeah.
Sad sausage game. What do you think of it? Banger.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Oh
Alright.
man.
Powers.
Powers,
you're
what
up.
did you see?
One of the games that I got to see, I didn't get to see very many, but this one was actually quite fun. And it's
Should just
interesting
gone to
'cause it
appointments
had-
like me, mate.
Had
Just go
mixed,
anything.
we kind of had a mixed response to it, which was we got to play a multiplayer demo of Sea of Thieves.
Yep. Same one as E3?
I don't know. I wasn't at E3.
Yes.
So. Yeah, same one as at E3 apparently. And it was kind of mixed. Like I really enjoyed it. I think there was 2 of us that really enjoyed it. Obviously had a couple problems with it, but was it you, Gav? Like you really didn't like it?
Dude, I haven't played it.
Well, then it's not you. Dale. It was Dale. Dale, there he
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
Dale's
Dale
slagging
didn't
off.
like it at all. But it's fun. It's really interesting because it does a great job of like capturing that feeling of being a pirate on with a crew.
Yeah, yeah.
So at the start, we start off in this tavern. We all have these like big cups of ale in front of us, and we all start drinking. And
Yeah.
you have a plank to rebuild the ship. You have some ale that you can drink, and you have an instrument. So you can all like play music together, and everyone's
It all
drinking and
syncs up.
drinking.
Yeah.
And then the rep who was with us was like, "Okay, let's get to the ship." We didn't realize that you can get really drunk by drinking this.
Get lit, bro.
We were
like spring break
pissed.
drunk.
We was like spring break drunk.
Yeah.
Like dicks out for Harambe, trying to get down this pier, and
I
like
couldn't even get out of the pub.
Dan. Yeah, I
couldn't-
watched back Dan's footage, and I was like, okay, well, Dan's
Yeah.
played it, I think, so he's gonna have a pretty good capture. He's just banging into walls, just
I
like
couldn't-
swirling
I couldn't
around.
line up
like,
with the door.
Really?
I kept pulling left every time and just smashing into the wall.
that's
It's
awesome.
ridiculous. And then I like fell off the pier and we all get on. But then as soon as you when you drop the sails and you start like getting out there and everyone's like playing music on the ship and it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it feels really cool. I think the only problem that we had with it was the combat,
Yeah.
which when the ships pass and everyone's on the cannons and the music kicks in, it's a really exciting feeling. Maybe you've got one person doing like Ride of the Valkyries on the
Yeah.
on like the instruments while it's happening. But then what happens is the ships pass and then you've got maybe like 3 minutes of slowly turning and going around again until you get another pass.
Yeah.
And I mean, he did teach us tricks like dropping the anchor so you can do like sharper turns, but it's still incredibly hard to navigate, especially
Yeah.
because the person who's steering the ship can't see anything because the sails are right in front of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
you need to communicate better.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
You
like.
should be getting information from your team,
Absolutely
from your
not.
crew.
Absolutely not.
You were sailing us into rocks.
Destin was like up on the thing. Someone was just playing the whatever it is. What do you call it?
Accordion.
Slagging off Destin.
Accordion. Destin was
Slagging
drinking
off
ale. He
Destin.
fell off the
He's
boat.
over there, mate.
Where's Destin?
He's not. He's
He's
on
not there.
there.
He fell off the boat.
Yeah.
He literally
yeah.
fell off the boat, and we just sailed away. And I watched his footage. He's just floating with a pint of ale as the boat goes away.
So Joe went to see these people. Joe's sitting there as well. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
But
Hey, Joe.
Joe went to see him. Apparently, some of the stuff they've got planned is just mental. Some of the stuff you'll be able to do.
Well, that's it. They keep teasing like monsters, right? Like
The Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken.
Yeah.
And also,
Skeletons.
we didn't have like the part of the game where you dock and you go onto like another island.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
just us setting off and like fighting
Knocking
in the
about
sea.
in
It's
the
a little
sea.
taster, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think if you have a good group of friends and you're all playing that game together, it's gonna be so much fun. If you're on the mics,
What
like,
about if we were playing it?
yeah, absolutely. You guys don't have Xboxes though, so
I do.
there's a spanner in the works. Oh, you do have an Xbox.
Yeah, I don't. I need to get one.
You do need to get one
Yeah, we have
because we should play Sea of Thieves.
But
We have some at work.
that's the thing. I'm really looking forward to playing it like with you guys as well. Another game, right? This is my other highlight that I'm also looking forward to playing with you guys. Is Star Trek VR.
Oh, yes.
Did you play it at E3?
Yes.
Yeah. It is amazing.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's
Pitch it
so
to me, pitch it
much
to me.
fun.
Which role did you play?
What was I? Tactical.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was in charge of.
Tactics.
I was in charge of. Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So
That's why I
it's
said pitch it
amazing.
to
It's
me.
called like Star Trek Bridge Crew. It's called, right?
Okay.
So
Terrible
it's
name.
all VR.
Star Trek Bridge
It's
Crew.
a 4-player VR game. One of you is the captain, and 3 of you then take up different parts of the ship. So one of you is in charge of like traveling about. One of you in charge of like shields. Not
Know much
traveling.
about Star Trek.
Yeah.
Traveling about.
Traveling about.
Traveling about.
Star travel.
One of tactical. That's actually the name of it. And engineering. So like one of them's like in charge of where the power and stuff can go. So you've got to like to put up power to one thing, you've got to bring it down from another thing. So like if I want, I can't just like shoot because I'm in charge of like the torpedoes. I can't just shoot as whenever I want. I have to like wait
Yeah,
for them
everything
to
you
put
need to
power
do
to it.
requires someone else to do something first.
Yeah.
This sounds like a very like
It's
complicated
coordination.
VR version of a space team.
It is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really good because you've got like I didn't get to play. What did you play as?
Ensign.
Okay. What's
So,
your turn?
piloting.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a
you all have
captain.
to, if it's a multiplayer game, you all have to have VR headsets on
Yes,
then?
but it is online.
It's
So
online.
like that's the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Because it will be on PlayStation VR, I assume. Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I made that up. I don't know. But the best thing about it is like it's really good VR because no, it's not because it's Oculus Touch on it. But it's really good VR because this like we got hailed by this other captain who basically tells you what your mission is, and it comes up on the screen, and like I just waved at him, and like, you just see your hand come up
And
in
you
front
can, like,
of you.
do that with your fingers. Like,
Yeah.
if you look around, when I did it at E3, I looked to my right, and there was
Yeah.
a guy at the back, and he was just like picking his nose.
Yeah. But when I
You, like,
turned around,
slap people.
the
You
guy
can't
who was
get
Oh.
the guy who was in charge of my demo, who was our captain, when I turned around, he was like, Gav, you want to turn around and say hello? I turned around, he was like doing the little like,
Fingers.
pointy fingers at me.
So
Yeah,
what?
that- I see that
Like, is this a
Yeah.
glove you put on, or like how does it?
It's Oculus Touch. So it's like, have you seen these
It's like little-
controllers?
Right, but you can only control a couple fingers.
No, there's several buttons.
All?
Yeah, there's a bunch-
Wow,
there's a
okay.
bunch of
I haven't
buttons on
seen
it.
that before. No, that sounds
Yeah.
cool.
But it's awesome because you're just using your hands to like actually do stuff, and
Yeah.
like, but the captain's role is really important because the captain's like
The coordinator.
telling you what to do and really coordinating it.
Well, he's a captain. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think like if you've got a really, I think it was our demo went perfectly. We rescued every single person, but I kind of want to see what happens when you've got a bad captain. So
Just
like,
throw stuff on fire.
just rubbish.
Turn around,
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
he's on fire.
Like,
I'd be like Zap Brannigan.
Yeah.
Steering, yeah.
you'd be
Quite a short
bonkers,
outfit
yeah.
you've got on today.
His tiny little velour shorts.
But it's really good as well the way he uses VR. It's like when you turn around and you're talking, you see the mouth on that character
Yeah.
moving, which is really good.
What?
And also like this will be a little bit more noticeable in when you're playing by yourself, I'm sure. But like where the voices come from are like positional. So like someone was talking to me to the left, and he'd be coming from the left sort of thing, and like
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
Yeah.
this
So it's like tracked in like
Yeah,
3D
yeah.
space. That's very cool.
it was so much fun. But it's like it's really annoying because it's one of those things where it's just like I had a brilliant time playing it. Am I ever gonna have that again?
That's the problem. Because I know you said it's like
perfect
online
setup.
multiplayer,
Yeah.
but like,
Don't play with randoms.
well, yeah. What if you're like, all right,
if it's
guys,
online?
like
Oh.
the power's up. You ready to shoot the torpedoes?
Yeah.
I don't actually know what the controls are.
Get your head in the game, Michael.
do you
Get
know-
in the game.
It's like episode
Get in the game.
42 of Deep Space Nine. You know that scenario?
Yeah. I lost my shit playing For Honor though just before that
Did you?
because I was playing with absolute slugs. Like, I couldn't believe how
Little
bad
slugs.
they were.
bad?
Little
They were
slugs.
So it was a
literal
team
slugs.
thing. It was like a
It's
version-
4v4 for Honor is, right? And I had these two guys who knew each other as well, which meant I was like, oh, this is awesome. Communication's going to
Be
be
in
good.
sync.
And no, they were rubbish. And at one point I was like, I can't hear, you need to talk into your microphone. He was like, yeah, I'm not using my microphone. Whatever stupid accent he had. And he was like, I'm not using my microphone. I was like, well, you need to, because I need to know
Know
I need
what
to-
you're doing.
I need to know where you're going. Like, you have to let me know. And he was like,
Was this another appointment you weren't supposed to be at?
no, I was meant to
Showed
be
up
this
and you're
one.
like,
I was totally meant to be this one. But like, he was just kind of like smiling. I was like, dude, if you don't talk, then we're not going to be able to. We
This
fucking
game
lost
is gonna be
both-
crap
both
for
games.
everyone.
Yeah.
I was fuming. I called him a little shit munch under my breath when I walked out. I was like, you fucking shit munch, piece of shit.
and he said, "What'd you say?" He went, "Nothing."
Nothing. Anyway, good game, guys.
GG, easy.
But yeah, like Star Trek VR, it's good.
I've done that before. I think it was like we went to see Microsoft showing off Halo 4, and it was
Yeah.
that thing where like they divide the press up was like into two teams.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys better take it seriously. They better take it freaking seriously. They
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
But I was so good that
That's
I crushed, and I was like merciless. Like I was like dropping people, like teabagging them, like
Yes.
press number 371, just like punching, teabagging, just spraying bullets. Yeah.
Invited him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that
captured-
though.
who
Like you
captured
take
that?
Passion.
Like,
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
well, I think
nice.
I'm not great at games, but I do have at least I try, and at least I'm gonna do
But
something that's
also,
gonna.
like, if that game is designed like that, if you don't
Yeah.
play it by its rules, you're not playing
Screwed.
the game. Well,
Yeah.
it's crap.
be like playing Overwatch and not communicating.
Oh.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
So-
It's like playing Dark Souls and not communicating. Like someone's telling you to put your shield up and roll and stuff, and like
And then
if you don't
just
do
not
it,
listen.
you don't do
Imagine if
it.
this was the proposed tricep. Bang, yeah.
Why didn't we do a prepare to try from here? That'd be amazing.
Because
It's got a lot on.
got a lot on.
We
yeah.
do actually.
There you go. Answer
I
your
have
own
so
question.
much on. Do you know how much on I have?
Mainly on.
So much on.
Learning how to talk.
Not a lot off.
When's that? All right, cool. What was your other thing you saw? You really
I
liked?
got stitch you right up there. Dead Rising.
You son of a bitch! He's stolen mine. Oh, now I gotta think of another one.
You
I'm not gonna talk for 10 minutes. And then
You
I'll
talk
have
about
fun
Dragon
it.
Ball Z. No, my damn podcast.
Oh, he's the.
I don't know if I think that's
I don't know,
embargoed, so I can't
like
talk about it.
Gavin, the host role. It's been an
He's just-
amazing
he's
insight
terrible.
to what Gav's Gamescom's been.
What games did you guys see? I'm gonna lead things off. Yeah.
He's like crashing appointments, turning up to other ones he can't go to, having a go at foreign press.
Oh, did you apparently
them slugs.
apparently what I did last night in the garage? Do you remember this?
You know you're on the podcast.
In the garage?
Yeah, it's fine.
Is it fine?
I don't know. Is it not fine?
Oh, it is fine.
it's
okay.
fine. Okay,
I don't know
yeah,
what
yeah.
it
Do
is.
you not know?
Is it?
Oh, right, yeah, right, yeah,
Oh, do you not know?
yeah. I didn't know till I think you told me this morning.
Yeah.
Is this the gas station you went to at 4 a.m. to buy a sandwich?
Yeah, but you can tell because I actually don't remember doing it.
Well, we were at a party and we were on our way to another party, so we stopped off at
Spring
like a petrol
break.
station to just pick up some beers.
Did I buy you an ice cream?
Yeah, it was really good. I was feeling quite sick,
What's
and
that
that ice
flashback
cream made
then?
everything better.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
And then, so we got some beers. We started drinking them in the petrol station while everyone else was paying for their beers because there was so much. And then
like
Gav,
Brits abroad.
Gav, like we were just horrible people probably. And Gav went up to the desk and was like, can I get a bag for my beers? And he's like, yeah, bag. That's 60 cent. And Gav went, are you fucking high, bro? And the guy just
I've never
stone
said that
faced.
before.
You know, like, none of us could believe it as well. We're like, we're getting kicked out. Like, we are getting kicked out.
What did he do?
He just said nothing.
Oh,
And then you
shit.
just went, all right, I'll pay for the bag.
Shit.
And it was just
what?
like, oh.
Dickhead.
Oh, you did. And then you went back there an hour later for a sandwich.
You went back to that place
Well,
for a
I
sandwich.
went and bought you beefy rolls.
Is that where the beefy rolls came from?
Yeah.
I only had
Three.
one today. I've got more to look forward to
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah. All right. What was the other thing you saw? Did you say?
Dead Rising 4.
Dead Rising 4.
Are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, that's about
That's it. I thought you were just moving on to
why
me
don't we
now.
just both talk
You
about
can
Dead
both
Rising
talk
4?
about
Okay,
it,
yeah. We're probably like pressed for time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good.
I loved it. I thought it was great. All the weapon combinations. Like, I'm such a huge fan of that series.
I saw a bit behind closed doors where they made a gun out of a slushy machine.
What?
And you can fire different types of slushies at people.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that demo started with like a certain amount of already made like
Yeah.
weapons. So I was like shooting fireworks from a crossbow like as a starting weapon. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of fun.
Right, we've got to wrap things up because actual important people have come in to do some actual work. And they're just like, can you get those fucking jokers off the stage, please? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely
Did
fine.
they say something about Harambe earlier? No. That's a
but
Spanish game. It's coming out in 2017.
They haven't pressed record.
But yeah, that's the IGN UK podcast from Cologne, Germany.
Oh God.
We'll be back in our normal place next week.
Bye bye.